Hey guys, Justin here, Two Stall Garage. Welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to go ahead and dig into this Dana Super 30. We are just going to be upgrading the bushings. These OEM bushings. This is on a Jeep Liberty, by the way, 2002 through 2007. But this would apply for anything that's running the Dana Super 30. And if you look for polyurethane bushings online, you're going to be able to find a lot of them. I'm going to show you these from Creative Steel. These guys aren't a sponsor, but I'm really excited to put these in. These are definitely worn. This one's got a crack in it. And I'm just going to show you, I can literally just bend it just like that. You can see that crack opening up. And it's not very strong, not very sturdy. You can see on both of these, I can turn them pretty good. Now when you hit bumps, these are known to cause actually some clunking noises. So I want to eliminate that clunking noise. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different spots. We've got 4 different aftermarket bushings. Like I say, these are coming from Creative Steel Incorporated. You can find them online. I'm going to take us right through these instructions. If you guys are new to the channel, you know that I'm a little channel, Two Stall Garage. I'd love to have you join the family by hitting the subscribe button. There's the Liberty. It's all tore up. There's all the parts right there, and don't mind the mess. I've been spilling oil, so I use the fire ashes actually to clean up those. Crystal's laying on the box. We've got the steering rack that we're taking back to O'Reilly for the core refund. When you get these from Creative Steel, you get an assembly grease packet, 1, 2, 3, 4 bushings. They're made in the USA. Here's the instruction link. So I printed those off right there. When it comes to the grease, I picked this up from harborfreight.com. Surprisingly, O'Reilly doesn't have this. This is multi-purpose synthetic grease. So this is not petroleum based. So it's not going to wear out your poly bushings. Those poly bushings actually stand up to grease much better than the rubber OEM bushings. Sit that right there. I just want to touch base with you guys real quick on some of the things that you're going to need for this. I don't want to take up a lot of your time, especially if you're here just for the bushings. And if you're here to hang out, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Right down here, you are going to have a bushing, excuse me, Crystal. This is a bushing press and pull kit. I've already got a couple of these out because I've been working on a control arm. This is the control arm for the driver's passenger side, I guess. So we've got your middle for your shock absorber. Then we've got the big mamma jammas on the sides. This one's ready to go. This one right here has the old bushings in. I'm going to do a video on how to replace these. It can be intimidating and it can be absolutely frustrating and seem impossible if you don't have the right stuff to do the job. Right beside that, I've got the garbage can, but then I've got this ball joint press kit. I just have that just in case when I get problems like a bolt sticks inside the shackle. That's the part that's inside the actual bushing itself, the metal part where the bolt just rusts right to the shackle. I actually use this and I will drive that middle piece out, basically separating the old bushing rubber so that way I can get this kit to run through so I can get those out. You got all kinds of different fittings. I got this on Amazon. I got this on Amazon, and believe it or not, we got our front wheel bearing drive kit. I got that on Amazon as well, and the reason why I have this out, even though we're not working on wheel bearings, is because this can set up right in to these basically, and that makes it where it's like teamwork makes the dream work kind of thing. I've found that these are a little bit wide in certain applications, so I grabbed these, and yeah, they have different numbers on these, but I really don't understand the difference. They all kind of seem very similar. Put that back. Okay, let's get right into the instructions. We're going to get these replaced. I got to replace these seals in here too. Here are the seals. These came from O'Reilly as well. Precision bearing and seals. We'll just put that right there by the rest of it. Installation of your new polyurethane front differential bearings is quite simple. However, there are a few instructions that you need to follow. First, you should note that while your new polyurethane bushings all look the same, there is one pair of bushings that are slightly different. This pair of bushings will be marked with SM on the bushing flange after the bushing fitment wording. See below picture for reference. So we're looking for that SM somewhere right in here. To install your new polyurethane front differential bushings, you will need to first remove the OEM rubber bushings. 3 of 4 bushings will need to be completely removed, while 1 will require the OEM bushing outer housing to be left in the bracket. We got to remember that. There are several ways to remove the factory bushings depending on the tools that you have available. We suggest pressing them out, as this generally is the quickest and easiest method of removal. That's why we got that kit right there. Hi, Crystal. You will not press out the one bushing that requires the outer housing to be left in place. In this case, we suggest using a method that cuts the rubber close to the outer housing without damaging the housing. Once the center of this bushing is removed, you will need to remove all of the rubber in order for the polyurethane bushing to be paired to be pressed in. For reference on which bushings need to be completely removed and which one needs to be cut out, see the image below. Let's see. So here's our small bracket to the side right there. No, that one is that one actually. This one right here is this one right there. And this one right here is this one right there. Perfect. Okay, so this says remove OEM bushings completely. So for this one, we're going to remove them. Remove only center of bushing. Leave OEM bushing outer housing. Okay. It's going to be for that one right there. Then remove OEM bushing completely. Right there. You got it. Once all the factory bushings have been removed and the housings cleaned up, press each polyurethane bushing into place by hand without the anodized aluminum tube. Ensure that the bushings are all the way pressed in the flange of the bushing and the bushing is touching the housing. So make sure the flange of the bushing is touching the housing. Now by using the supplied grease, slightly grease the aluminum tube as well as the inside of each bushing and press the tubes into the bushings. We manufacture the bushings with a slight press fit, so you may need to use a rubber mallet or slide clamp to press the tubes all the way in. And that is it. If you have any problems, give us a call. There's the number, 503-316-1811. So I left the bolts in. Just going to remember that this goes towards me. And we're just taking these two out first. So that sounds fine. Yeah, these are definitely wearing down. They're cracked. I mean, I can manipulate these things any way I want. They're there kind of, but they need to be replaced. Makes sense. All right, so the team effort continues. I've got the bigger side over here because I'm going to push it out this way. I don't know if that really matters. And then I've got the 48-38 over here. And then this is coming from the wheel bearing set. So it just fits right up. This is from the bushing press pull. So was this. So was this bolt. These come with little bearings on them in that bushing press pull kit. And this is your all thread. Looks like a hardened all thread. And now I'm just going to crank down and hopefully pull it right out this way. We'll see what happens. All right, long story short, first time doing this. And I don't know the exact measurements, but I'm going to save everybody the trouble of trying to figure it out. If you order that online kit, that press pull bushing replacement kit, I put it down in the description as well. Maybe a picture of it, I don't know. Right here, this is from right to left, of course, 46, 36, 60, 50. You can see I mucked up the edge a little bit because I was using a bigger piece on this side, trying to pull it out that way. That didn't work. Forcing it back through this way, now we're making progress. 48, 36, 60, 50. Those are the sleeves that you want to use. All right. Plug your ears. Now that looked simple because I went through the whole process of trying to figure out which sleeves to use. So I'm glad I'm making this video because that way I can notate it. Looks like my bearing came apart here. See if we can push that back on. Yeah, I figured that might happen. I think there's a little, what is there? There's a little O-ring right there that goes right there. So I'll have to put that back on. See if we can find it in here somewhere. Look at that, fits right in there. Let me see if I can grab a different one and see if it fits. This 48-38 is going to be the closest one and it doesn't. I was trying that out. There we go. 4636. Perfect. Remember that, Jeepers. All right, it's getting kind of dark outside. Let's take a look at this thing. Here it is. This is your first bearing. And I did find out, by the way, that this part is definitely in the description right down there. This is the one that we need to leave the metal. So we got to cut away the rubber. We'll figure out how to do that after a bit. Since I showed you that, I'm going to go ahead and take this other one out. And then I'm going to take this one out. We'll keep moving forward. All right, well, wouldn't you guys know I forgot to plug in the microphone. So I am fully dirty. I've just started at this point in time. I don't know what I do to get so dirty. I'm not really sure what I'm talking about, but here I'm showing you I pushed out the shackle. It's got the rubber still attached to it. I did that because I was having a hard time getting this thing to fit. This right here, I finally found the right one. Obviously it went right through. On this side, I was having a little bit of trouble. That's the actual race that you're looking at coming out that I'm pushing against. And you're about to see in a moment that I had to cut and push. The kids are laughing in the background. That's what happens when you have to do a sound over. So if you look down here, I got the chisel on there. And I did use a Sawzall to make a cut. Be very careful so you don't cut too far through. You just want to cut enough to get your race to start chipping out. Got the good 4-pound hammer, and there it comes out. And I just got to smoothen that up a little bit. I did. It was just fine. I wish I could have showed you guys this instead of doing a sound over, but it is what it is. This one, remember, we got to leave that race in, that outer race. We just want to take the inside shackle and the rubber out. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using a socket literally just to push the shackle and the rubber out. I intentionally chose a smaller socket. So that way we could just push it straight on through. That black piece that you're seeing, not the socket, but the actual ball or a cylinder looking deal, is from a wheel bearing press kit. I got that socket stuck in there. I ended up having to push that back out.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, look at that. We got sound. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
I have been talking to you guys over and over. Interesting stuff going on in my opinion, and I just didn't have the microphone plugged in. I can't tell you how many videos I delete, several of them. Okay, hopefully I did a little sound over. This is where I'm at. I am putting these bearings in. I am using this silicone lubricant from Harbor Freight. O'Reilly didn't have any. There is a special bearing right here. It says SM right there. And that is the bearing that goes right here, or the bushing I should say. This is gonna be your bearing race. And the shackles inside, they look like they're polyurethane, but they're actually metal. Right here, I think they're metal. So you want to make sure these seat flush. They're going in excellent. I'm actually going to put some lubricant on this, and then I'm going to push it in. I am going to make myself edit this video and put it out. I'm going to make myself do a voiceover because I want to do a video for you guys on this. Goodness, I should be wearing a glove here. Let me get one on. Whenever a job runs a few days over, I don't know if I voice-overed it or not, but I don't have my microphone on, so I gotta yell. I'm all discombobulated. I've been out here working on this thing for days. 4 hours to get one bushing in the race out with the shackle. And now I'm completely over it, and I'm gonna put these in, and it goes in nice and easy. This is going to be excellent. These are going in great. So I've already got the other one lubricated up. Leave this one off to the side. We don't want that one. We do want these. I've got such a big mess on the bench right now. That is what it is. These are going in. I am so glad. If I ever have to do this job again, thank you, Creative Steel. This will be so much easier. I don't know if I told you I got this from Harbor Freight. Maybe I did. I can't keep anything straight at the moment. Not being hard on myself, I'm just telling you that it has been a journey. And usually I just delete these videos after I forget the microphone. Let's go ahead. This is still hot. I had to burn out the rubber off of that one. Yep. There we go. Okay, is this one ready? Sure, let's do it. I'm being pretty liberal with this, putting a lot of the lubricant on it. And remember, this lubricant isn't going to deteriorate these bushings. It's just going to go right in, allegedly. The other ones did. There we go. In. These have to seat all the way. Don't give up on them. Creative Steel does send some lubricant for your bushings and your shackles. I have my own that I like to use. My own lubricant. It's called Super Lube. I got it from Harbor Freight. And I just feel like it's got just a little bit better sliding ability. See how easy that was? It took hours to get one of them out. Now I've got them all in a matter of minutes. And let's do our last one here. My insulin pump's going off right now. It's always something. Oops. I'm gonna get this last one in. Bear with me with that silly thing. I gotta go get the phone. Yep. It's nice, loud, obnoxious. But I'm putting this in. Come hell or high water, this is going in. I better make sure it's cool enough here. Yeah, it is. We're in. Perfect. And there's that last one. Look at that. We are done. We've got our bushings in. And the next thing we're going to do is put this in the Jeep. I'm going to hit the pause button. I'll be back. I got to get that thing to shut off. It's always something, but it's a good day. Good day and good life.